Megan from Cluttered Crafter, and today's video is Cardspiration episode 4. And before I get into the card, I just want to talk about these digital stamps that I have, and these are from JessicaLynnOriginal. And I figured, since I'm coloring the stamp as well, this would be a good time to talk a little bit about the stamps. The good thing about digital stamps is that you can resize the images to whatever size you want to use. You can make them smaller, make them bigger. And what I did, I printed up a couple copies of this. This is Brentwood Owl. I can't remember the actual name of the stamp, but what I did was I just resized it to about 3 or 4 different sizes and printed off a couple of each size, which you've seen in the beginning of the video, along with a Cancer Sucks butterfly stamped image, which you can use the butterfly for any different ribbon color. So I know that purple's for epilepsy, so you can use it for that, or just any other ribbon color you want to use. It doesn't have to be specifically for cancer. But JessicaLynnOriginal stamps, she not only does she do digital stamps, she also has some clear stamps and rubber stamps and wooden blocks and self-inking stamps, and you can customize all of the stamps that you want. Like if you have an image that you drew, or like your child or something drew, you can get it customized as a stamp or your logo. So that's pretty cool too. I'll leave all her links in the description below. Her site, and she has a YouTube channel. You can check that out as well. And then she also has an Instagram, so I'll link all of those down below. And here you see me coloring this cupcake. And like I said, this owl is called Brentwood, and all of the stamps by JessicaLynnOriginal are all of her artwork. So she draws all of the images herself and then makes them into stamps. So I decided to make this into a birthday card, and I'm just using a multitude of colors for the cupcake, and I stuck with different shades of brown for Brentwood himself. I'm not sure if the owl is a male or female. I guess you can color it to whatever you want, but judging by the name, I'm going to go with he's a male. What you see me doing now is I'm just adding some squiggly lines to the different shades of brown to make it look like his fur is more fluffy and the image is not flat onto the paper. And I just printed off these images just on plain white cardstock, nothing fancy. You can print these on just regular computer paper and use them as coloring pages. So I'm almost finished here coloring the image. So when I cut out the image for fussy cut, I leave a bit of white around the owl. I just like to I don't like going straight to the edges, and I'm just using my precision tip scissors. The card that I make for this video is not scrap lifted like I normally would do. I'm getting better at card making, and I'm diving more into it. And now that my image is colored, I'm going through some embossed papers that I have. I have a multitude of papers already embossed and at the ready for when I want to use them, so I don't have to take out my machine every time I go to make a card. So I was just putting the image over a few of the different embossed papers that I had, and they're already cut down to the matte for an A2 size card base. And I learned this technique from May Made It Crafts, and I'll link her video about this and channel down below. And it's just where you drag your ink across the embossed paper, and it brings it out a little bit more. And the embossed paper that I went with was, it had a bunch of birthday sayings. I can't remember the actual name of the embossing folder. I borrowed it from a friend, so okay. And then now I'm just going through some stamps that I have, and this little container is just full of stamped images and sentiments that I can color or incorporate on my cards, and they're just there at the ready, and I can pull them whenever I want to use it. And I settled on this sentiment that says, "You're the sweetest." It's from the Stampin' Up! Tasty Trucks, I think is the stamp set. It's a newer stamp set in this year's Occasions catalog or celebration. And it's a really cute stamp set. And then I just inked the edges with the Hero Arts Pale Tomato ink pad that I used on the background of the card. And I do get that all over myself, like always. And then I pop up the image and the sentiment on some foam adhesive. And you'll notice that I like using a lot of adhesive. I don't know why, I just do. You really don't need the amount that I use. I can't remember where I got these strips of foam adhesive. I think I got it at the dollar store a while ago. And I really like using the strips. I also like using the foam dots as well. But the strips just cover a lot more area on the back. And before I actually place the image down, I kind of move it around, try to figure out where I want the image and sentiment to. And I never fully commit to a place unless I like where it is, and then I'll press it down. And now I'm using my double-sided tear tape to adhere down the mat to the card base, and I'm just using a regular white card base. I got it in like a set of 50 cards, I think, from Walmart. It's just 50 plain card bases and envelope. At first I wasn't going to stamp anything on the inside, but I decided to go with this happy birthday sentiment. It's from a paper pumpkin kit from Stampin' Up. It was like the males in your life, like Father's Day and all that. And I'm using my Memento Tuxedo black ink pad, and this is a iPad case that I use for a stamp pad, but you can just use regular craft foam. This is just what I have on hand. And I did get some ink on the bit of scrap paper that I use, and I have to do a double inking of this, and I pull it out of frame so I can actually line it up better so I can see what I was doing, and it came out really well. And now I just adhere that down on the inside of the card. I like simple cards and simple sentiments on the inside of cards, so that's why I didn't go all out with the inside sentiment, just a simple happy birthday. You can also include one of the digital stamps on the inside, and that's everything for the card. I hope you guys liked this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, and happy crafting.